Jim, would you just stay for a minute? I'm so thankful for Jim and Rosemary Gallo. These people are not just dear friends. These people here are changing the very face of this country. Now, I'm very deeply moved by what you just prayed. And I'm very thankful to God for the friendship you, Jim and Rosemary, have for the Jewish people, with the Jewish people. I just wanted to make a mention of something, not just the National Day of Repentance and Prayer that you've been leading now for third year?
4 years.
4 years in Washington, D.C. Bringing the Speaker of the House, how many? 20, 30 congressmen praying. In contrast with prayer breakfast that has abandoned the part of prayer. I'm so thankful to you. You're bringing something to life, back to life again, and thankful that you're doing this. And Rosemary, your friendship and your ability to connect with the Jewish people, of course, being a Schindler, you know, in bringing this amazing story of your legacy into this whole picture has connected you with some amazing people. I just want to mention the Bao sisters. Would you say a few words? Because they are coming. I was hoping to see them here. And they are two sisters of Holocaust survivor Joseph Bao. And there's a fantastic movie that is going to be screened in a few months, I understand.
A few days.
In a few days. In September 21st, we're going right before Rosh Hashanah, Bao Artist at War, the movie of the other side of the story. You've seen Schindler's List, but this is the story from the side of the survivors on that list, and how God brought them through the worst part of Israel's history, the Holocaust, and with joy, love, hope, faith, and fortitude, they endured so much, but they experienced many miracles. And it was because of them that Oskar Schindler had the moral turnaround and decided, and his eyes were open to the truth of God, his love, and his people, and he chose to do everything he could and give all that he had to save the Jewish people. So this movie is coming out now at such an important time as we see anti-Semitism rising again. Bao Artist at War. It will be in the theaters on September 26th. It's important you all go to see it, that the movie is uplifted and brought to light. It is as good as Schindler's List, produced by Paramount by a Christian friend of mine. And the descendants of Joseph and Rebecca Bao, the couple married inside the concentration camp in the movie Schindler's List, their daughters have a museum in Tel Aviv, and hopefully they'll be here at the Jerusalem Prayer Breakfast sometime and share this wonderful message of hope, love, and God's faithfulness to the Jewish people.
And these sisters, they're funny. They, you know, you go to that museum and they start to sing and they are making jokes. And I mean, it's like, wow, what kind of people are these?
Because through all the tragedy, they kept their faith in God, and they kept love as the center of their lives and hope in God's faithfulness to preserve them and bring them through the worst of times ever. And they are an example of what we need now, and they're an example of Israel today. And so we're so happy also to share the ministry of repentance, because repentance is like a spiritual time machine where we can go back and help bring healing to history and restoration to incidences and our own failures before the Lord, where he can bring correction and bring reconciliation and restoration to us all.
And I think it might be that people watching us online or people sitting in this beautiful ballroom, you have the ability to let this word out about this movie. Because I think there is a deal with the Paramount that they have to have 100,000 views. Was it 100,000?
Yes, any movie like this that comes out, for it to get recognition and further promotion, a certain number of people have to go see it on opening night. So this is right at Rosh Hashanah. Just like Schindler's List came out during Hanukkah, God chose Rosh Hashanah for Bao Artist at War to be released as his message for this new year, not only to Israel, but to all the nations. And it is so inspiring. It's a true love story. And your hearts will be touched, your eyes will be open to the reality of what we're facing right now with present-day anti-Semitism and the rise of the anti-God spirit in the world, but how to survive, how to get through it, and how to trust in God for everything in your life.
Now let's think out a way how to make this movie, not just to survive, but to really make a major impact, because this is the moment that we need this impact in this world. So I know with these, brilliant people in this ballroom, you can smile to your neighbor like only you can and say, I knew you, he's talking about you. We can get the word out about this movie all across the United States of America, all across the world, and see the success that the Schindler List had years back. Because this couple that we are talking about, Joseph was disguised as a woman and taken into the women's barrack so that they could get married. It's a spoiler alert, I'm just telling you that.
In the concentration camp, Jews were told, you cannot be married, you cannot have children, you cannot love, you cannot live. And so they defied all those decrees of darkness. And they chose to love, they chose to live, they chose to get married. Joseph sneaked into the women's camp, and you saw that scene in the movie. That's all true. And you will see it again portrayed in another perspective, the perspective of Israel and the Jewish people, which is so important to us as Christians. Yes, Oscar saved 1,200 Jews, but it's the Jews that saved him. It's Israel that's now going to be saving the world and bringing us light and direction in these darkest of days.
Joseph Bao, he believed that laughter could help save a life, which is a biblical principle. The joy of the Lord is our strength. And so he taught them how to, in the horrors of the camp, to continue to have a sense of humor. And when he came from the camp, instead of being filled with bitterness, he developed that sense of humor. It's in his children. He already talked about the 2 daughters. And in addition to that, he became the Walt Disney of Israel. At the same time, Walt Disney, he would take machines, sewing machines, whatever he could, and he built animation equipment. He was the first animator in Israel. He developed the first theater with animation. And then he went on, spoiler alert again, because his daughters didn't know until after he died, he was working for Mossad, forging documents, saving the lives still of Jewish people. A stunning story. One of the most creative minds of all of Israel, Joseph Bao. Bao, B-A-U, Bao, Artist at War. September 26th is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Spread the word on Facebook, Instagram, any way you can. Bao, Artist at War, opening that weekend. Let's flood the theaters to see it.
Thank you so much. Wow. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful to you. So thankful for you, for all what you do.